Hi, John Walker for Lacat TV, and today I'm going to be making Southern cream corn. And so you see what I have in front of me is 8 ears of corn. I purchased this sweet corn from a new grocery store called Aldi's. Well, it's new to us, it's new in our area. So the first thing I'm going to do is unpack the corn, and I'm going to clean it in the sink. Okay, so I want to show you this corn from Aldi's. It has a little bit of the silk on it still and some of the husk, so I had to clean that off. I will say the corn I purchased from Costco is cleaner, but sometimes I also just purchase corn from Walmart, and I have to clean the corn while I'm at Walmart. I will not bring all this home and then clean it. So I'm going to have to clean this off first. You just clean it by pulling it off, clean it all off, and then you can rinse it off. Okay, what I do now is I wash all the ears off, and you want to wash all the corn off very good. So just take and rinse each ear off. So you want to make sure you wash all your corn after clearing all the silk out. I also will taste a few kernels to make sure that the corn is sweet as well before I go through all the trouble of making it. But it is sweet, it is good corn. So now after I finish washing it, I'll show you how you take the corn off the cob. Okay, here are the two tools I use for taking the corn off. I use a small paring knife, and I'll need this pan in the sink. When I put the pan here in the sink, one thing I'll warn you about, corn tends to pop and move around, pop a lot, so it will make a little bit of a mess, and you'll have to clean it up afterwards. But I use this pan first just to put the corn in before I transfer it to the skillet pan. Okay, to take the corn off, you take the knife, you put the knife here, and you just hold it up so you can see it. You slide it down the corn. Okay, I'm going to come in and get you a better shot. Okay, here we go. So you take the knife, you just slide the knife down the corn like that. You go all the way around the corn. You're holding one end. You always want to cut away from you with the knife. And then when you're done, you want to take the knife and just squeeze it against the cob, and that will help you to remove the milk from the cob, some of the extra milk. Okay. Then you're going to turn it over, and you're going to do the other end of the cob, because you were holding one end. Hold it carefully. You can't rest it on the bottom of the pan. And you just slide that knife down, take all the corn off, all the kernels off, close to the cob. So see, you want to take all the kernels off, close to the cob. And then once again, you get all the milk out of the cob. And we'll repeat this for all the ears of the corn. Okay, here we are. I finished all the corn, took it all off the cob. You can see the amount in the pan here. So now I'm going to take the other pan out. I'll show you that, the skillet. It's a deep skillet, Rachel Ray orange. Yeah, we like orange in this kitchen. As you'll see, there's some more orange going on. But you need a skillet, and I'll show you how we now start cooking the cream corn. Okay, here's the orange skillet, so we're going to start cooking. Before I transfer the skillet, or the corn to the skillet, excuse me, before I transfer the corn to the skillet, I will first put the skillet on the stove, medium to low heat, probably medium heat. I'm going to add some oil. Now you can either add oil, a little oil in the bottom of the pan to keep the corn from scorching, or if you're a true southerner and you're really making southern cream corn, you want to use either bacon grease or hog lard. And that's primarily for flavor, and you only need about 1 tablespoon. But if you don't want to use any animal fats and perhaps you're a vegan, then you will want to use olive oil. And of course you can use seasoned olive oil, but there's other seasoning I'll show you I'm going to put in the cream corn. Okay, I've set the stove to about 3, and I usually cook this on the rear burner. I have the oil in the pan, and so heating up the oil. Now I'll show you the rest of the ingredients. Okay, here's a quick photo of the pan on the stove, just heating up. The oil's melted. Now we'll move on to adding the corn and adding some of the other ingredients to the corn. Okay, here are the ingredients. On your right you have salt, and then you have, I use whole Telly cherry peppercorn and the peppercorn grinder, the gold all-purpose flour, some half and half, and also you'll need a little water to make the roux with the half and half and the all-purpose flour. You only use about a tablespoon of the flour. For the peppercorn, pepper it to taste, and for the salt, season to taste, your taste. One thing you see I do not have is typically I do not need to add any sugar to my southern cream corn. We find the corn to be sweet enough on its own. So there are the items. Now I added the corn to the pan. Okay, now I'm adding the corn to the pan. And because the pan's been heated fairly warm, usually what I will do is I will start the pan out cold. This time I melted the oil. So to keep it from scorching, I will stir it. You get all the corn in the pan. Have it, the corn's in the pan. Now we'll take a plastic spoon and just stir the corn so nothing scorches on the bottom. You stir it up some. Now, as I mentioned, you want the pepper according to your taste. Me, I just do a few turns with the pepper grinder. Put some pepper in. I think a little bit more, a couple more. Okay, that's the pepper. So I'm finished with the pepper. Finished with the peppers. Now you remember the salt. I'll take a little salt. Season the corn with salt. Now I'll stir the pepper and salt into the corn, carefully stirring so I don't waste any outside. Now, one item I did leave out, I forgot to tell you, you will need some butter. What's good with corn without some butter? So I'll probably put, for me, I will probably put at least 3 tablespoons of butter. Once again, you can season the butter to your taste. I would probably recommend starting out with only 1 tablespoon of butter. However, if you're a vegan, you may want to substitute something else for your butter, and there are different items you can substitute, such as olive oil again, or something else. But if you're a true Southerner, you gotta have butter in your corn. Nice melted butter. I'll just take the knife, estimate the amount of butter I want into it, and I will stir the butter in and melt the butter into the corn. I'll put my butter back in the refrigerator because I'm finished with the butter. And I'm just going to stir the butter in, let it start heating up. The corn will start boiling. Corn has its own natural juices and water in the corn. So it will start boiling or heating up on its own. To speed up the process, I'm going to turn up the stove a little bit to 4. It's an electric oven. Of course, if you're a chef, you may prefer gas, but you just need to learn how your oven operates, what temperature is best for cooking different items. Okay, now I'm ready to start making the roux, or the thickener for the cream corn. You have to use a little bit of cold water, maybe like a 1/4 cup, a tablespoon of flour, and also this time I'll mix in a little half and half. So maybe really an 1/8 of a cup of water, 1/8 of a cup of half and half, a 1/4 or a tablespoon of flour. There's a reason you use cold liquids for a roux. If you put the flour in hot or in a hot liquid, it will become lumpy. But while it's cold, you can beat it and make it a nice smooth roux that will not be lumpy. Then you pour it in hot. Now as you can see, the corn is starting to bubble. It's starting to boil a little bit, so I'm going to turn down the temperature because I just want it to simmer. So I'm going to turn it back down to about 2 on this back burner. And 2 will be the setting. It's going to simmer about 20 minutes. Only about 20 minutes, it should be done. I just wanted to show you, I do use the kitchen timer on the microwave, and the reason I use a timer, in case I wander off to do something else, I know it's being properly timed and I will hear the beep. Okay, now I'm going to add the roux to the corn, so we're just going to keep stirring, and I'm going to pour the roux all the way into the corn. Now I'm going to stir that in. I'm going to get my plastic spoon. Don't want to scratch my pan, but you'll see it will automatically, see how it acts like a thickener? You don't have to really worry. You don't want it too thick. A tablespoon shouldn't make it too thick, but if it gets too thick, and it's a little thick right now, I'm just going to add some half and half to loosen it up. And then I'll stir that in as well. Stirring it nice and good, and the corn is still cooked. Okay, one thing I did was I added a little more water, a little more half and half, because the corn was too thick. We know the thickness we like it. Now there's one last ingredient I need to add as well, and I'll show you that in a second. Okay, now I'm going to make my roux. So I'm going to take about a tablespoon of flour. And it's amazing how flour will thicken up something. I'm going to put it in the water, and I'm just going to stir this up real good. I don't want any lumps in this at all. In fact, if I have lumps, I'll just sort of smash them against the side of the measuring cup and just keep beating. Or you can take a whisk. I do have a whisk. I should be able to do it with a spoon. Just stir it up real good until the flour is completely dissolved in the water. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of half and half. You'll see the amount. There I added some half and half. Now I'm going to stir that up again. I'm going to stir it up very good. Oops, spilled a little bit, but I have to wipe that up. So we'll stir the roux, look. And we don't see any lumps at all in the roux. Okay, that's our roux. Okay, some recipes call for Parmesan cheese in your cream corn. Now, I don't have Parmesan. I like using the Dutch Gouda. This is a premium cheese. It's award-winning premium sliced cheeses. And you want to use a good cheese. Cheese, definitely I have compared cheeses, some of the cheese you just buy and eat. It really has no or zero flavor. This cheese was actually cheese squares bought to really serve with crackers or something like that, or d'oeuvres. I'm going to put in 4 slices of the Gouda cheese. 4 slices of the Gouda cheese. Okay, I added the cheese, and now with the cheese added, I will stir it, and once again keep stirring. I have turned my stove down. It's on low now. Low setting for the stove. Okay, the timer's done. We're all done. There you have it. We have Southern cream corn. This has been John Walker for Lacade TV, and the playback list is Cooking with Juan, and we're cooking Southern cream corn. And this time of year, there's just so much corn abundant. You want to take advantage of the corn that's out there. So learn to make Southern cream corn. Watch this video and other videos, and please subscribe to my channel, Lacade TV, a YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.
Alright, this Cooking with Juan. I had to come in here to wrap it up for you, so let the other dude talk a little bit, and now it's my turn to tell you. Yeah, cream corn. It's a wonderful dish. Wonderful dish. Learn to cook cream corn. It'll last you several days. Don't have to cook again. My grandma used to make it. Where she come from in Burnt Corn, Alabama. A little town down there. They call it cream corn. Subscribe to the channel. Lacade TV. You'll learn a lot. Thanks for watching.